Земля. Такой простой вопрос.
Простой вопрос, ты говоришь. Но ты подумай, почему столетия проходят, а родовой земли у человека нет? Все потому, что человек, понявший суть свою земную и возможности свои, свободным станет. Исчезнет власть жрецов. Никто, ничто не сможет властвовать над человеком, вокруг себя любви пространство сотворившим. То, что назвал простым вопросом ты, на самом деле самой великой тайной, охраняемой жрецами, было в тысячелетиях оккультных. Осознанно общаясь с природой, общается с божественной мыслью человек.
And then she says, all the wisdom of the universe is included forever in each soul right from the moment it is created. It is just that wise men slightly intellectualize for their own interests and thereby lead people away from the most important thing. And Vladimir asks, what is the most important thing? The most important thing is that even today, everyone can build a home. Everyone can feel God with their soul and live in paradise. One single moment is what separates paradise from people living on the earth today. Each one possesses conscious awareness within. And then she says to Vladimir, we shall build a home together with those who come into contact with your written words. All human thought will merge into one. Believe me, people have God's ability within them to turn what they conceive into reality. And many a home will stand upon the land, and each one in their homes will be able to grasp everything firsthand. They will be able to feel and understand the aspirations of the divine dream. We shall build a home, I and you and all of them. Well, here's all of us. So Space of Love begins with you starting in your own way inside of your heart, creating your own domain, a space of love, along with other collective souls, creating our space of love. And then we change our nation. And then we change our world.
I wouldn't call myself a tree hugger as much as a tree talker. See, I want to communicate with the life. I want to have a dialogue with the plants. I want to learn with them how we can get ourselves out of this mess we've gotten ourselves into. Because the way we're eating food right now is all out of oil. It's out of trucks. It's all come out of the oil bubble, as I call it, the energy-intensive addiction that we have as a society, not just for heating and for driving around, but for eating. We eat our food based on oil, and that's not going to last very long. We need to find something different. So it's time for us to change not only how we eat, but the ways that we grow food. And this garden here, what I call an experiment in backyard sustainability. What I'm trying to show here are little pieces that are components of what we're going to need to do in order to have our own local food supply, in order to really take care of ourselves from the land. This is what's called a co-creative garden, meaning that I've worked together with the intelligence of nature, with the identities of the garden elements, these plants, the soil, the garden itself. We work as a team to determine what needs to be done and when. So every plant you see in this garden, that plant has made the decision to be there. I haven't made that decision for the plant. In the spring, we make a big plan, and I decide what it is that I want to grow, and then I bring it to the team and I say, okay, where does everything go? Where do you all want to be? And then all the plants decide, and everything goes where they want to go for that season. So my style of gardening is the same way that it's been done at Findhorn, and the same way they do at Perelandra in Virginia, and now it's the same way that the Anastasia groups are doing their gardening. It's communicating with the intelligence of the plants.
Christopher and I planted these cucumbers from the same seed in the same garden plot on separate sides, and our cucumbers have turned out completely different.
Well, we followed Anastasia's instructions exactly. We took the seeds from the same package, same seeds. We germinated them under our tongue, and we put them in between our hands, and we stood on the plot barefoot, and then we planted them. And throughout the whole year, we communed with our plants, we touched them under a full moon, we did everything exactly like she says. And at the end of the season, we got totally different cucumbers. Even our plants look different. And when you cut these open, mine have a pattern of a square, and hers has a pattern of a triangle. And so mine also taste completely different. Mine tastes a lot smoother and mellower and probably a little more earthy.
Mine are more fragrant, kind of more perfumey tasting.
I think it probably means that I need to do a little more healing because I have a lot more cucumbers to eat.
And me, there's just probably something special in each of the cucumbers for a specific one of our needs. So, I'm just going to eat them and find out how I feel. And I've been feeling great just from the ones I've had.
The
so
best
far.
cucumbers I ever had.
Yeah.
All the plants are equally willing and desiring humans to interact with them on a much deeper level. They're really tired of being treated like machines, just like any of us would be, because we're all much more than that. The irony is that humans can grow to become much more than we think we are by recognizing that the plants are so much more than they are. So no, the limitation is not in the plant kingdom. The limitation is on the human side. Are we willing to open ourselves up to the intelligence of other species? Are we willing to be a team player on this planet? That's the question facing the humans.
Вселенские все тайны будут раскрываться перед человеком. Способности себе вдруг обнаружит человек такие, которых даже в представлениях сегодня нет. И станет человек воистину подобным Богу.
Just to touch the earth is a very powerful thing because our mother is quite alive. She feels it. And you send your love, she feels it. That's what Anastasia always tells us. One hand. And when many hands touch the earth, like the Dachiks did in Russia, it changed Russia. Something's changing in Russia that most people don't know about.
Quickly, I recognized that in Anastasia we have a true master on earth again. It was very evident to me the level on which she exists and lives.
It was so exciting to see that there's someone, a human being, who's still living the way we were originally designed to live. Vladimir thought she was a witch or a shaman or a crazy woman, at the beginning. And her response was utterly perfect because it's just what the masters tell us. She said, I'm nothing special, I'm man, I'm human. And of course this is what the masters have been telling us. We're perfect, everything's in us. And I can see that because she isn't connected with any spiritual leader, with any religion, with any particular cult or whatever, that she'll be accepted by more people, not only as it has in Russia, but everywhere.
Space of love, is it a utopia? Not really, because here's what happens when you have your space of love. There's no subsidies from any government, no machinery is needed, no oil dependency, no hired labor. It's non-corporate, it's small scale and diverse. You're able to live off of what you grow. It's all organic, it builds community, and its cultural and spiritual growth is just indescribable.